Today I'll be showcasing an MP5 setup that makes this gun completely overpowered. Along with information about the gun, this is going to include attachments and how to use it effectively. The video is split into 4 sections. First, it's going to be a quick overview, then we're going to talk about some statistics related to the gun, and then the best attachments and setup, and finally how to use it effectively. The MP5 is considered the default weapon in Frontlines. It is unlocked at rank 0, which classifies it as a freebie gun. It's a relatively balanced weapon in its stock format, but it's an absolute demon when you have the right attachments on it. I'll get to those in a sec. This gun is a beast at all ranges, meaning it can outgun basically anything in the game, and with the right setup, it turns you into kind of a movement gun. Now, the MP5 is no slouch when it comes to stats, and they can be altered severely with attachments. The default stats of this weapon are pretty balanced, dealing 24 damage per shot. It makes this gun a 5-shot at all ranges, which sets it in the median for damage per shot across all weapons. It has a hipfire accuracy of 91, meaning it's one of the best guns in the game to hipfire with. It's got a shake control of 55, vertical control of 23, and a horizontal control of 0. All these stats put together set the gun one of the more manageable in the game for newer players and experienced ones alike. The mobility sits at 100 stock. This can actually be increased though, it just doesn't show you. I'll get into what really increases this in the next section. Fire rate is 729 rounds per minute with the stock receiver, but that can also be increased if you swap out your receivers. It holds 30 rounds with a default mag, and overall, I'd say this gun is more than enough for anyone who wants a fun experience. In Frontlines, attachment combinations are almost endless. The game offers the ability to customize basically every important part of the gun. These customizations for the MP5 consist of the muzzle, handguard, magazine, upper receiver, lower receiver, rear grip, optic, and stock. One more optional customization is the reticle, but this is all personal preference. To begin, the foundation of any good MP5 setup begins by getting rid of the stock. This gives you highly increased mobility, which will aid you in outplaying the enemy. When it comes to muzzles and optics, there really isn't any particular one that you have to pick, it's all preference. Now, if you find that you struggle with controlling recoil, it might be a good idea to add a compensator or muzzle brake. If you find that you don't struggle with recoil, suppressors are basically a must, because they quiet down the weapon at no cost to damage. Magazines, handguards, and upper receivers play a huge role in what makes this gun so good. The gun only has 4 magazine types, the default magazine which holds 30, the drum magazine which holds 60, and 2 upper receiver exclusive magazines that I won't really get into. The magazine size is also playstyle dependent, so feel free to experiment with both sizes to see which one suits you better. There are 7 handguards in this game. Most are irrelevant to any setup and only hurt the gun stats. If you'd like to find out more about the handguards, check them out in game, but for the sake of video length, I'm going to only mention the 2 handguards that actually make a difference, the wood handguard and the RIS handguard for the MP5K. They will drastically improve your vertical and horizontal control, which are big parts of gun control, especially when you are jumping around. The RIS handguard also has the option to add other attachments to it, like lasers and foregrips. For lower receivers, there are only 2 available ones, the SEF receiver and the SP89 receiver. Both allow the ability to add a custom grip, which is the only real benefit to using one. There are 4 options for grip on the SEF receiver and only 1 on the SP89. Looking at the stats, we can see that the Ergo grip provides the best benefit compared to using the default lower receiver or the SP89. If you're looking for even more increased mobility though, be sure to use the MOE grip. Now onto the thing that everyone has been waiting for. The setup. This is an MP5K receiver based build. It includes the rail or end plate stock and an optic of your choice, the SMG suppressor, tactical laser, RIS handguard, MOE grip, and the Ranger foregrip. This is the current meta for MP5 setups from what I've seen, and also feel free to drop a comment sharing your setups too. The MP5 is a beast at all ranges. Close or far, the enemy is dead if you hit your shots. It will basically win any one-on-one gunfight in close ranges, only outdone in long range by the AWM. But obviously, it's a sniper rifle. Since most maps in the game are relatively close range, this gun is effective on all of them, so you don't have to worry about those try-hard AWM players. The best advice I can give you is if you use the setup shown in the video, or have a setup that focuses on mobility, make sure to take full advantage of that. If you never stop moving and make your movements unpredictable, it becomes much harder to kill you. If your setup focuses on mass kill, high damage, and you aren't the best on mobility, I encourage you to push heavily contested areas, knowing you have a lot of rounds to burn. Some setups will have mobility and mass kill ability. In that case, take every fight you can. Since you've got mobility and rounds, you have a very good chance to come out victorious. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope you found a good setup you can use and learn just that much more about this gun. Make sure to drop a like and a sub, and expect more Frontlines content in the future. Till next time boys, peace out.